Hokely dokely. Well, Wagwado Focarinos. Hokely dokely. Well, Wagwado Focarinos. Hokely dokely. One, two, 1, 2. Okay, that should be a little bit better.
Yeah, it's good.
1, 2. Okie doke. So, Wagwado Focarinos, thank you for tuning back in to the TMKup Season 1 Round 4 here at Snetterton. And today, or tonight, we are tret with a co-host commentator in the name of HughHatrick. So that might be a familiar name to some of you that are watching, and we'll introduce him later on in the stream, as we've still got an hour left of free practice. So we're just going to let this run, and then commentary will begin again at the beginning of qualifying. So, thanks very much, and we'll see you soon. Okie dokie, so just having a quick little line check of the microphone against the cars on track. And hopefully, what an incredible drift that was there from Magic in the Brazilian liveried 511. quick line check, 1, 2. Oakley dokley. Oakley dokley. Fred Flanders. Well, we're just waiting for HughHatrick to join the chat party. Make sure everything's ready to rock and roll. And then commentary will begin just before the beginning of qualifying. Just got to make sure all my guys are sorted on a separate chat. The safety car chat. And I'm just going to make sure Hugh's got my invite. Okie doke, so Hugh is joining us at 7:55, which means we have 14 minutes left before Hugh joins, and then we will be kicking off Season 1, Round 4 of the TMKup here at Snetterton. And what a race it's going to be today. We've had a lot of training, safety car on track for any incidents. This is ultimately about fun, you know. We don't want people to have an off and ruin the race and ruin the time and the weekend, so it is all about fun, but of course we take everything seriously. And we can see, as Kazimitsu, this beautiful little drift there onto the lawn, he's currently in pole position in the free practice session. Obviously we can see that it's raining as well currently, and Next Gen's Lager in the 46 at Bentley, only a 177 behind the 666. And in provisional P3 podium pack we have VQS Holman in the 994 Audi, who won round 1 and 2, and round 3 at Spa. He was airlifted to hospital after an incredibly bad incident at Eau Rouge. His family are aware. Okay, so as some drivers make the most of their time out on track, I am going to leave you guys with it, and Hugh will be with us in 10 minutes. So I'll enjoy you with the sights and sounds of the Aston Martins, Ferraris, Bentleys, Audi and Porsche on track. We'll see you soon.
Nicholas, you cannot play. You cannot blow the recorder, please. I'll pick it up.
Hugh. Howdy doodle, how's it going?
Very well indeed. Can you hear me okay? I can hear you.
Yes, indeed. Thank you very much for joining.
You're very welcome.
We've had Rascal the Rabbit just pop by before. I'm assuming he's going to go to sleep.
Alright.
But yes, we are about 7 minutes left to go before the beginning of qualifying. So I am just going to jump back off mic, make sure everything's sorted my end, and then I'm just going to be popping on about just when the free practice session finishes.
Yeah, that's fine.
And we'll go on from there. But obviously it would be great to talk about, or what we can talk about with obviously the event that you're running with Rascal, and yeah, we'll go from there, and I can obviously update you with regards to the current standings of the TMKup.
Yeah, that would be super. I'm just taking it not to sound like I don't know anything. I take it, is it a GT3 or a GT4 cup this? So I take it it's GT3 probably, yeah?
Yes, we've gone for a
That's
GT3 British Tour. So it was originally 5 tracks until I realised that Spa was part of the British Tour. So well, that was last week, and now we're on round 4 at Snetterton.
That's fine. Excellent. Now I've muted the voice chat in the kind of on the screen. Does that make any difference, or is that okay?
Yeah, no, that's a good thing to do, because if anyone is in game and they're talking, you won't be able to hear them. So
that's good. Okay.
Yes.
That's fine. So I will.
Yeah. Yeah, everything is coming through perfect. So it's happy days.
Yeah, this is looking forward to this.
Yeah.
I take it you're streaming it from your end onto your YouTube channel.
Yep, it's being streamed now, so the guys just, when they look back at it, they can see what happened in free practice if they wish, and anyone that's waiting, but we don't usually begin commentary until the beginning of qualifying, just because it, saves your energy. And
yeah, that's true.
Go from there,
So I don't need to do anything else my side. I'm okay. You've got everything you need from me, yeah?
Golden, Hugh. Yep, absolutely.
That's
golden.
super.
Yeah. Okay, well, I'll see you in 5 minutes.
Excellent. Thanks very much, Matthew.
No worries. Cheers, Hugh.
Yes. Good, good. Oh, we're ready to go. Oh, all over the place, huh? Oh! Spent about £18 trying to do it up there, but it's not there. Just do that.
Green light. Go, go, go.
Okie dokie. You hear me, Hugh?
Yes, loud and clear.
Happy days. So, qualifying's just begun. Now, this is an interesting factor to what we're doing here. You're probably noticing that it's still raining.
Yes.
We have the weather on realistic, and because everyone meets up on the same day, I run it all on the same day. So it's all on day 3, Sunday. So the practice session starts in the morning, runs up to qualifying, which is at 1 p.m. In game time. and then the race starts a little bit later this evening at about 3 p.m. So weather condition is absolutely open and varied to change. Adds another dimension to the excitement, I think.
Yeah, definitely. It's real bank holiday washout weather, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah, typical English day at Snetterton.
Yep, get your barbecue out. It's the burgers might be a little bit soggy, but not the racing. You know?
No, we should be trying some good action today. Now we've got, I'm sure you've noticed as well, in the number 994 Audi, we have VQS Holman, and I know that you're familiar with the VQS name.
Yes, I've heard of that. Yeah.
Yeah, so he's again, VQS Holman took P1 for race 1 at Silverstone, and he actually had force feedback issues. There was a couple of times where he was going over the curbs, couldn't quite feel the car, and span out. And I didn't realise, but anyway, we called the safety car, everyone regrouped in the race again, but I didn't realise till the end of the race that it was because of his force feedback. So it meant that he had time to actually sort his wheel out, plug it back in, get it working again, rejoin the race, and away we go. And that's kind of what I'm trying to do with my league. It's, you know, we have got some fast dudes in here, but at the end of the day, we want fun to be at the you know, the forefront of what we do. So
yeah. No, it sounds good. It looks good. I think it's going to be, as you say, with these kind of conditions, and it's a 90-minute race, so a lot can happen in that time.
It most certainly can. Obviously, the way I kind of see it, and something I think I haven't actually told you this as well. We have the safety car, but we have a final reformation in which I'm calling the final countdown. Now I actually blast the final countdown music down their microphone because we've got my son as the number 22 Audi GT4 safety car. So when the final countdowns come, we play the music, everyone hears it, and then they all line up with the final car from about 20 minutes left to go. And then the final 15-16 minutes, they're all let loose with the green. And then we get trekked to the final 15 minutes of real close action.
Excellent. That sounds really good. Actually, that kind of makes a good race of it.
Yeah. Again, not quite realistic in the sense of that's something that would happen, but it just makes it very entertaining to watch. I can tell you that. And we've got Holman leading the championship with 65 points. We have Next Gen's Lager in the 46 Bentley with 56 points, and currently in P3 is the 666 Austin Martin Kazimitsu with 36 points, and then we're followed by Seal, Boosted, Magic Mike, and a few others. But yeah, so it's going to be an interesting one. I think most of their practice sessions, if I'm honest with you, have been in the dry as well. So, as per usual, it would of course rain when it matters. And everyone still yet to put a qualifying time down. We had the number 7 Porsche had a little bit of an accident earlier on. Fortunately, no damage to his car, just a spin. Who have we got next? We've got the number 369 and none next to cross the start finish. Yes, so he's put a 2:02.222 down, putting him in provisional P1, followed by Kazimitsu. Not put a time down, and the 511 Ferrari. Oh, he has put a time down. Okay. So we have the 511 Ferrari 3.5 seconds quicker than Anun, who was first to cross the start finish here at round 4 at Snetterton, and Patrick now with a .744, putting him in provisional P2, and Kazimitsu in the 666 only a 1.2 off the grid. Holman, Cubs, Next Gen's Lager and Seal yet to put a lap time down, but again, drivers are being challenged with, in my opinion, I've been on this track all week, getting as much seat time as I can. 511 looks like he's going into the pits, so I know that it's a challenging track, and I know that especially under the pressure of qualifying, these drivers are most certainly put under new conditions.
And these, especially with the 911s, they're pretty hard to drive in these conditions when it's so wet.
Yes, absolutely. Perfect for dry conditions. The rear engine and rear wheel drive traction. I have had a go with the Porsche around here, and I can honestly say that the grip levels were incredible. But I found that when you found the limit in the Porsche, it was far more abrupt, shall we say.
Yeah,
Swings
it's that giant pendulum.
Yes.
I tried a wet race at Brands Hatch once in the 911 GT3 car, and I thought I was doing so well until I got around the first corner, and then the pendulum swung,
Yes.
and that was me off for a dance in the grass. But I mean, Stenardon, it's quite a track. I mean, it's not one I've seen so often, to be fair, and it's so long, and you've got every kind of corner you can think of really on this track. It's a real challenge.
It most certainly is. First thing I noticed, or the first thing I do actually when I'm on a track, is I go on the front of the bonnet cam, not the bonnet cam, the one where you can't see anything, and I drive around the tracks as slowly as possible, and then I stop at every corner and I just really take the road in, because I mean, I'm sure you can tell from your screen, just looking at the road and how it dips and fades in and how the camber works towards you. But the thing that I've noticed with getting back into a set of Corsa, being, you know, having world tracks, and now doing a British tour, because obviously all the tracks are laser scanned, which is brilliant, but you can really tell the difference in shall I say quality? So if I take Misano for instance, every track is smooth and beautiful camber helping the driver. Whereas you go around Snetterton, you've got camber that helps you when you're braking, and then it suddenly drops off. So braking section in turn 2 is going to be one to watch, especially in the rain. And then you've got maybe turn 911 somewhere. The 994 Audi is about to go through it, so he's just gone through the chicane, and there's about to come up to this right-hand bend here. Bomb Hole, it's called.
Oh yeah.
So it's going through Bomb, and there is a real big dip on the inside of the right. So obviously you have to take that line, but of course it's going to unsettle the car. So
Yeah.
very challenging tracks is ultimately what I'm saying here for the UK tracks.
Yeah, and it's a long track as well. I mean, see, even in the wet, doing just under the VQS Holman's just done a 154.9, but it's a lot of track to get round. Oh, it's on the curbs, and there goes JLR Magic Mike.
Oh, Magic and Holman. I was just watching Holman. So that's 2. Okay. So Holman put down a 154 and then spun out just after the start finish. Is that right?
Oh no, he's just coming out of the pits. He must have just gone. He must have exited. He's just coming back out the pits now.
With you. So that's going to put the 994 Holman, and I don't know whether you're aware, Hugh, but Holman is putting a lot of his time. So again, I had some of the drivers in here. We've got Next Gen's Lager and VQS Holman, who is currently driving for the GTS. I can't remember the specific name for it, if I'm honest, but it's the current one they're doing, and it's a Toyota Championship. It is currently 6th fastest in North America, which is an incredible feat.
Yeah.
So I'm blessed to have him here. And he's obviously recently moved over to Assetto Corsa, and obviously, you know, as you can see already, he's most certainly proving his worth.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, that's fantastic, and I think if you're good on GT Sport, you'll be good on ACC, because I always found that, I mean, I'm a very amateur driver on GT Sport, but I've learned so much from playing ACC. and that's just even on the PS version. Going onto the PC version, it's even more, because I think you get a slightly sharper picture and there's a few more details and things you can do. But no, it's a great game, and I'm sure we'll see some really good performances by Holman here.
Yes, and most certainly put in the most difficult of conditions.
It does look like it's maybe lightening up a little bit on the rain.
Yes, well, round 2, which was at Donington, and I must say I love that track. Again, I spend more time on the track than these guys, if I'm honest, because you know, I prefer to just drive around in my own leisure, to be honest. I do enjoy racing, but I just prefer to, you know, just enjoy it at my own leisure, drive around with friends, with my son, for instance. And at Donington, I put the race time, so it was 90 minutes real time, and I put the game time to ×4. So what that meant is I spent about 2 hours setting all this up as well, and I'm not doing it again, but for what it was good. So it meant that there was starting off in the daylight, and so for around the last half an hour it began to shift into darkness, and the last sort of 20-30 minutes of the race were falling into darkness, so it was just a real nice sort of beautiful scenery and that kind of thing. But Holman took P1 there as well, and they're all streamed, so they can all be watched back, and I do highlight videos for these as well. I didn't do one for last week because there was an incredible amount of events that happened, but we are going to be doing one for this week. But Holman had a catastrophic crash, very much like what we saw at the recent Spa 24 Hours that's just gone ahead.
Oh, yep.
Yeah, my God, did he go in that and hit it with a bang. So that's
yeah, that was Jack Aitken, wasn't it? He was quite badly injured, but thankfully he's on the mend.
Most certainly, yeah. It's I love Spa, but it's an extremely challenging corner, that Eau Rouge, and you've got to get it right every time, you know.
Yeah, I think that's the thing, because it's when we play it on the kind of like F1 and things like that, you know, it's easy because it's those cars have so much downforce, but even these cars are going to struggle, and on that Eau Rouge, it's dodgy at the best of times.
Yes, certainly. And then getting to grips with his new tyres as he exits the pits. But let's have a quick little look, because we only have 6 minutes remaining of qualifying. So that puts Kazumitsu in provisional P1 with a 1:54.798. Holman, a blink of an eye, only a 1:32 behind the very fast 666, who is actually behind Holman now on track. And we've got the 5:11 Ferrari in provisional P3, which puts Next Gen's Stewart in the 46 Bentley on the second grid. And also Seal, who is driving for your you're going to have to update us in a minute, but he's driving for your new GT Sport thing that you're doing.
All right, for yep. The HHTCR racing community race, yep.
HHTCR. So yeah, and he's also from Australia, like Kevin.
All right, yep.
Yeah, and he's a very good friend of mine. Like I say, he wakes up at 5 o'clock to be here, bless him. So
that's pretty good going on a Monday morning.
Yeah, that must mean that Kevin's gone to bed at 4 AM then.
Yes, it must be actually, isn't it? Yeah.
Commitment for you for your HHTRC League?
Yes, no, absolutely. We've had all the qualifying events this weekend, and there's more to. We're doing a wee bit more, I think, this week. A bit more practice, and then we'll have the big race on Saturday.
Yes, and my God, am I excited for that. I haven't played GT Sport for a long time, and another guy called Kevin, I think, who got me in touch with you. We were doing a Herbie Cup, and I had a little bit of time, went home, jumped on GT Sport with a lovely community, and just it was in a 1200 Volkswagen Herbie, and it was just I just couldn't stop smiling while I was playing it, and I just think that's what GT Sport is, you know, when you're playing it with friends and you're creating a community and you've got the right people involved. I think that's when the games of motorsport become alive, in my opinion.
Yeah, because it is. It's a great way to have a community behind it. I think the game just makes it, it's fun, and it's different to the kind of shoot 'em ups where you're always, it's more aggressive and that kind of thing. It's that kind of first-person shootout. But this is, I think this is great for competition, and anyone can have a go, and regardless of age and who they are, they can just have a shot and see how they get on and naturally improve. So this is a matter of how much practice you get and what who you learn from as well. But no, I do love these racing games. And GT Sport, I think I've played every single one that's been out over the years, and it's it gets better and better. We sometimes have a few issues with some of the daily races, but I think you're never going to get anything that's perfect. But they are good fun, and the graphics are excellent for a PS for a PS4 is pretty good.
Yes, it's not quite PC, but I mean Gran Turismo are incredible for graphics. It would be nice if Assetto Corsa could be as nice.
It struggles a bit between PS4 and then the PC version. There's a big difference. But then again, if you've got really good monitors, that makes a big difference as well, isn't it? So it's. But now we've got a spinner because the Mitsu has spun off, and the 666 car.
On Agostini, that was.
Yeah, that was just. That it certainly is, but he's still up there.
He is still in provisional P1. We've only got 2 minutes and 22 seconds left to go qualifying. There's two things that I was quickly going to say. The youngest racing today is Cubs fan, who is Kent from America, and he's 13. And Kobe 22 Warlord, who is my son. Hello, as he gives me the two peace signs. He's driving the GT4 Audi. He's driving the GT4 because that's what they do. But we also do that in here because obviously you can see that it's got the little blue tick, and that signifies to everyone the safety car that's on.
Right.
So yeah. And the other, the other thing that I was going to say is at the top right, the rain looks like it's about to diminish after qualifying, so hopefully we'll be trekked to a sunny start. But it looks like they've had to put a qualifying time down in the rain.
Well, and then they'll be on dry tyres for the main race.
Yes, most certainly. Cubs in the fan, and none is very quick, but again very challenging track. I've not seen him put a lot of time down in practice, although I have seen him practice. Obviously, practice is king. Seal, I've been on track with him quite a lot. Currently in P6, so he's going to be 1, 2, 3rd on the grid next to Patrick. So we've got 44 next to 45, grid 3. And we've got the 511 Ferrari next to the 46 Bentley in grid 2, and Kazumitsu and Holman, who seem to be fighting it out quite a lot on the front of the grid here at Snetterton with only 30 seconds remaining.
Yep, let's see, can there be any changes to the grid order as they just finished their lap here? Should be able to put in at least one more.
Yes, Holman crossing the start finish. He will stay out. He's most certainly he always maximises his time out on track, and if I'm honest with you, he did that at Spa and it was session overtime, but obviously we give these guys enough time, as you can see, to do what they need to do, make the proper changes. And the last, sorry, it wasn't Holman, it was GLR Seal at Spa, and on the max wait time as it was going through, he put a final lap in, and he put himself from P6 to P1 on the grid.
Wow.
Knocking off Holman, Magic, Lager, and if I'm honest with you, there's 3 or 4 of the drivers we had last week who were very, very fast, and he pipped them all.
That's
at the
pretty
end.
good, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's the way to do it.
Most certainly. So 44 has crossed Patrick with a 2:16, and we've got the number 55 out on track. So we'll just go on board with him, see whether he can capitalise as he stays out on track here for round 4 at Snetterton.
It's a dodgy corner coming in under the bridge as they come to complete the lap. Oh,
Okay, so we've
that
got
looks
Seal.
like Holman having a major moment there.
Okay, so as Holman makes his way through Coram and up towards the infamous Murrays, which you're going to have to keep this as right as possible, fling the car in as quick as you can and get back on the gas. I've never actually driven this in the wet, but nevertheless we have now finished the qualifying session, and that puts Kazimitsu and Holman on grid 1, followed by 511 Ferrari and 44 Bentley on grid 2, 46 Bentley next to the 55 Ferrari Neil Seal, and we have a Nun and Cubs fan bringing up the rear of the pack. Now, I mentioned a Nun is just a quick driver, so hopefully we're not going to have many incidents today. Hopefully the rain will dry up for the race start, as it is a few hours on from Sunday, and we will be trekked to a formation lap before we kick off the Season 1 Round 4 at Snetterton, and number 22 Kobe 22 Warlord, the safety car in the reference in the British GT colours. Yeah, see what we're trekked to today.
Yep, we're looking forward to this. They've still got the wipers on as they sit here in the pits, but hopefully the rain will ease off and we'll get to see maybe even a possibility of sunshine. That would be something. And so we've got 9 participants, plus, of course, Kobe in the 22, which is the safety car. And but I'm sure he'll lead them off in a little while, and then we will get the race underway.
Yes, indeed. So a quick
Here they go.
standings again, because I read up the top 4. So, yeah, Holman with 65 points, and Next Gen's Lager, the number 46 Bentley, who also runs in the Next Gen League. I commentate for Wednesdays 7:40 PM. I think that's when it kicks off, although we do start streaming at 6:40 because they like the free practice on. So he's only 9 points behind VQS's Holman. And Kazimitsu, who I think is going to put on a show today with 36 points, and Neil the Seal 4th with 29 points. Magic Mike with 20. He couldn't make last week as he had pedal issues, but has recently bought a new load cell pedal, and says it's the best thing he's ever bought, so I'm interested myself.
Yeah.
But it's great to see him on track today in the chrome Brazilian liveried 511 Ferrari.
Yeah, no, it's a nice looking car.
It certainly is a V8, I believe it's twin turbo if I remember rightly. I will have to double check that. But it looks like the drivers are agreeing to finalise their adjustments. Number 44 looks his suspension still jacked up, so I think he's still making adjustments, as is Kazimitsu and 511. So we've got 3 drivers left to finish their adjustments. And then we're going to be trekked to a formation lap here at Snetterton. So we have 2 series. Oh, here we go.
There we go.
And there
And
we
it's
go.
sunny.
Well, everyone that's come to Snetterton today that's brought their barbecues and the sausages, I'm assuming they're going to get them out now, crack them on,
Yep.
umbrellas down as we tread to a sunny start. Now, this is the thing that makes me laugh, Hugh, with regards to my series. The weather is realistic, but again, I'm running it on a full day. I'm running it in real time, so it's 4 o'clock now. So it's going to finish at 5:30 in game time. So obviously we've had 3 hours pass, and the rain's gone, the clouds are back out. So yeah, we trek to a sunny start here.
Yep, it's going to be very exciting. With the dry tyres, we'll see some good lap times, and yeah, we're going to be treated to an hour and a half of great GT3 racing, and it's already a very tight championship. Yeah, let's see who can possibly move up the grid, who can make up some places in the championship, and will there be crashes and smashes along the way too?
Well, if there is, that's why we've got the number 22 here as the session counts down, and I am on board with Paul, the Helicam man, and we can see the crowd on the right side of the hill here at Snetterton, as they can just see over the crash barrier onto track here, led with Kazimitsu's 666 Aston Martin V12 Vantage. So it's the 2015. I think the 2019 Aston Martin is a V8, if I'm correct. In that one, GT3.
Yes. Yep, it makes an amazing sound, that's for sure.
Oh my god, does it make an amazing sound. I actually had to go with it yesterday because I was having some laps with Kazimitsu, and the first thing I said to her is oh my god, this pops when you downshift. Every car is so uniquely different, and I love it about this game. You really feel the differences, and dare I say it's a lot more pronounced than GT Sport. GT Sport, I feel, is a little bit more easy to get on with, less dramas, if you will, less a simulator. But yeah, driving the mid-engined Ferrari and the rear-engined Porsche and the front-engined Bentley, they all require such different driving styles. And the Bentley with its engine at the front, big V10 power plant. You've got a natural amount of oversteer coming into corners with the front engine Bentley and Aston Martin.
Yeah, it's huge amounts of power, isn't it? Is it a W12, I think, in that Bentley? It's an amazing engine if that's the one that they use, or if it's the V8 that they use. But it's it seems like such a big, heavy car, but surprisingly agile though. A lot of tracks, so a lot of people really like it.
I mean, I can honestly say I'm by no means as quick as these guys, but I do enjoy driving. I do spend a lot of time on this, and you most certainly feel the differences. And the Bentley, even though it has that touch of oversteer, you can balance that out with the ride height. But I'll be also honest with you, pushing the rear up of the Bentley, you've got to be careful, otherwise you get too much oversteer. You get a little bit more downforce on the rear, and you also get a little bit more turn into the corners as all drivers now begin to make their way to the formation lap.
And there they go. I'm on board at the moment with GLR Kazimitsu, who is heading the field as they go into turn 1.
Having a little quick look at the GT Bentley specs, because I find it very interesting, and Kent in the number 7 Porsche for GLR's series that I also commentate for on Saturday at 1 p.m. Is driving the GT4 Chevrolet. Beautiful sounding car, but the specs are very interesting, and it's never actually won anything in the real life GT championships. But nevertheless, it's there and it's competing.
Yeah. Oh well.
So the Bentley Continental GT3 is rear-wheel drive, X-Track 6-speed sequential trans-axle gearbox racing clutch, steering wheel mounted paddle operated pneumatic gear shift, and we have a twin turbo V8 repositioned to the rear of the engine bay. Race power approximately 500 horsepower, obviously give or take balance of performance. And yeah, we've got a double wishbone suspension front and rear, and a 4-way adjustable racing, I'm assuming Öhlins dampers. So yeah, running a V8, the Bentley.
That is pretty good going, isn't it? Pretty good going indeed.
It certainly is. V12 Vanquish GT3. Not actually had a look at the Aston Martin GT3 specs. So here you go. We've got a twin plate AP racing clutch, a 6-speed sequential gearbox. So we've got a front-mounted longitudinal V12 DOHC, 4 valves per cylinder, and yeah, so very interesting. V12 front-mounted. So you've got the Bentley V8 twin turbo rear-mounted, and then you have the front-engined but front-mounted Aston Martin V12, very heavy. So very interesting setups there, as the safety car now is going to keep out. Safety car stays out. We've decided to keep him out just in case anything happens, as we now wait for the red lights to drop. And we get the round 4 green as all drivers make their way up towards riches. Let's hope we have no incidents here, as Kazumitsu looks like he is still in the lead.
Oh, we've got a song going off. Cubs fan had a little touch with, it was Annan, the number 369. They had a slight little tap there together, but Annan has rejoined.
Happy days, that looks like they're still in the pack, so it's happy days from here on out. We have Kazumitsu hurtling his way up to Agostini with the Macabre Cup's P1, provisional P1, Holman in the 994 Audi. Number 7 having a little spin.
There we go. Yeah, I think I was amazed actually at Cubs fan's car, because his brakes are constantly glowing red, and I think either they're cooked or I don't think they're supposed to glow red all the time, even on the streets.
No, I think all the cars are like that on mine. I think it must be a PlayStation thing. But it looks as though Hugh Holman has appeared to have made a mistake. He's now being pursued by the 44 Bentley behind the 511 Ferrari.
By a fraction of a second. By 0.040. Patrick Myler's right behind Holman.
You're going to pit. You okay to go in the pits, yeah? Yeah. We won't call one yet. So we're not going to call...
They've completed the first lap.
Okay, no, has he... Sorry, I just saw Kazumitsu flash then. Yeah, we're not going to call a safety car as yet. I know we've had a spin, but we usually have one or two others, so we just want something a little bit more catastrophic to really call the safety car. But it looks like Holman in now 4th position has now got some work to do and has given Kazumitsu a clean run on P1 with the 46 Bentley 2.669 behind.
Yep. So a bit of fresh air there to get on. So can Holman, can he put on pressure on the Ferrari of Magic Mike? He's going to have to do everything to try and keep him behind him.
Well,
I mean, I have to say it's not a massively wide track here, but there are overtaken places for sure.
Most certainly, and I think that's kind of what I was referencing to earlier with, you know, Misano, and obviously when you get the F1 tracks there in Silverstone, it's a lot bigger, it's a lot wider, and you've got a lot more breathing room for side-by-side action. So I'd imagine if we do get any side-by-side action here as the race continues, it's going to be who's going to yield first, I would imagine.
Cars looking very clean as they come through the right-hand bend there, and as they come round the right-handers at Coram and then into the final chicane.
Yes.
This very tricky chicane, Holman taking all the room and a bit more.
That's it. So we see the Constantina effect into Murray's as Holman chases down the 511 Ferrari. And Kazumitsu looking like he is in his element with now a 3.554 gap between him and the very quick 46 Bentley.
Yep. This is all about getting pace and getting rhythm as quickly as possible. And if you're having to fight your way through the field, it's all losing time all the way. So Holman's going to try and get these places back as soon as he can.
Yes, it's going to be interesting to see exactly how he decides to traverse his way through Snetterton round 4. As although he's leading championship, obviously with 3 races left to go, points do matter.
Yep, you want to finish as well as you can in every race, and as we've just got going here, I'm sure we'll see some good overtaking, as Holman is putting the pressure on the Ferrari of Magic Mike. But they're at the moment fairly evenly pegged. They were a wee bit closer, but now they're about 7/10 in it between the two. But can they close that gap? And will there be a bit of panel beating when they get really close? We'll have to wait and see.
I'm certainly looking forward to these two actually fighting it out, to be honest. The 994 Audi and the 511 Ferrari, because they've not really spent that much time next to each other on track. So it's nice for Holman to have made an early mistake, and him to be put under pressure to actually, you know, work his way back to the grid. He's got some very tough drivers in front of him, but nonetheless we're going to see events unfold here at Snetterton.
Now in second place we have NXGN Lager, if I've pronounced that at all correctly.
Yep.
But he has just taken 0.4 of a second off the leader in that lap. It was 3.5 seconds behind, but now he's at 3.1, so he's at a good lap there.
Yeah, so we're next gen in the 46 Bentley is called Stuart, so you're welcome to call him Stuart if you like.
That would be a lot easier.
Yeah.
PSN names, my goodness me, if only we're a bit more straightforward.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. I've noticed in G Portal you can put player names in, but I've also noticed that only works for PC. So you have to go with the PSN names, but nevertheless it does provide some giggles.
Yeah.
Oh, 994.
Oh, it's very close.
Behind Magic Mike.
Yeah. He's closing right up in the intersections here.
Yeah, so now on the long straight of the
Oh,
Bentley
he's gone
straight.
off! Magic Mike's gone off. It hasn't quite updated, but Holman has got that place from Magic Mike. He just went wide onto the grass. And now he's pulling away.
So perhaps pressure on the 511 Ferrari has worked. I did notice that the Delta had closed up, and I noticed that when a car is very close to you, you know, the rear view mirror, it looks as though the entire car's taking it up, so it can be an uncomfortable moment. Perhaps that's why, I'm not sure, but nevertheless that's put Holman in provisional podium, third position.
Yeah, and he's closing right up on Stewart, now that I know that's his name, in the number 46 car in the Bentley. There's maybe just about a couple of seconds in it, thereabouts, so it's certainly getting closer. I think Holman is determined to get up into that second place and then see if he can have a good battle with Kazumitsu.
This is it. Well, it's very interesting seeing the race pan out. We have a pit window of half an hour, so that's going to open up in 7 minutes. And pit windows in Assetto Corsa are extremely crucial to your position on track, because I've seen people come in, you know, 0.6 of a second after and leave, you know, a second ahead. You know, so that's 1.6 that they've gained just from the pit stops. Now I do know that if you've got your settings on manual, you hit the pit stop limiter at times. You've got everything set up in your MFD, and you're in, you're out. You know, you switch your engine off straight away. You get everything right, and I'm assuming that's how you can capitalise on a pit stop time. And again, that's what I love about this game. It puts these things into account, and it makes you responsible as a driver.
Yep, it's far more complicated than just a normal arrive and drive game, isn't it? You can really put a lot into it, because you've got to, if you're going to take these races seriously and put in a good performance, you need to have every bit of time that you can possibly spare, so that can put you ahead and make you competitive.
Most certainly. And I think someone, do you know James? Jaames?
I may have heard of him, to be fair, but not off the top of my head.
So he plays Assetto Corsa Competitor only on PC. He is the winner of the Netflix's TV show The World's Fastest Gamer 2, and in the 2018 or 2019 British GT series, he was driving the Rocket Team Jensen GT3 McLaren in real life.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So he's one for you to interview.
That would be something. Yeah. No, that would be something.
I'm sure he would be pleasured to you know, say hello and join your interview. He's always responded to me and said hello, so you know, I'm sure if you said hello, he'd respond.
Yeah, well, put in a good word for me. That would be fantastic. That we've had some big guests in the last wee while, and it's always good. I think it's amazing when you think these guys, they play the games and then they end up driving for real, which must be a dream come true for many of them.
We've got the 55 who looks like he's had a mistake. He's still having a mistake. I think it's time for probably the safety car to be called. So now
GLR seal.
Yeah, we're now going to see the safety car come into effect.
Oh, he's back on. He's back on the track.
Yeah, we're going to have a reformation. Keep going, Kobe. Kobe, just keep going. Call it out.
But
okay, so we've got the safety car out on track.
That's going to close everything up. Oh, he's gone straight off again. He's gone straight off. Seal went straight off at that corner.
This is why we do what we do. We've got Kazi and P1. Now, Kazi, they're all in chat together, just sort of making you and everyone watching the stream what's going on, because I appreciate this is a different concept, but again, we're doing it for fun. We're doing it because the closer racing, it makes for better racing. And obviously we've had an accident with the 55 number Seal, and again, he's the guy from Australia who woke up at 5 AM to be here. So it's reasons like this that, you know, we're getting it out. We've got my son driving the safety car, doing an awesome job, and the rest of the drivers following in pursuit, obviously catching up to the number 22 GT4 Audi safety car, will be ready for the green. So we've got,
yeah, the number 55 car is a wee bit away. That he's gonna, but he's not actually. He's maybe a lap or so by the time. It might take about a lap or so for him to catch up. Perhaps maybe a little bit less.
and we've got the 44 of Patrick behind the 55 of GLR Seal. Oh, what a beautiful sight this is, as all the drivers are weaving in and out, keeping their tyres at optimum temperature. And again, it's things like this that I love, Hugh, because in a set of Corsa, as I'm sure you know, your brakes and your tyres, you've got to keep them in a certain window. So when the green comes, whoever's got the tyres and whatnot up to an optimum temperature may be in for a, you know, a benefit.
It's a chance to make up places. It's definitely a chance to get in there. As they always say, keep off the curbs. And then when your tyres are cold, that it doesn't stop me.
Waiting to see what's happening here, because obviously they're deciding.
The 55 car is catching up fast. He should be with them, I think, by the end of this lap, possibly. No. Safety car is in. Yep, we're pretty much there.
Green.
Okay, so we've got a green. All drivers are now back at it as they hurtle their way up towards the Riches. First corner here at Snetterton. Kazumitsu in P1, making their way up to the second corner, Montreal.
And it's pretty close. We have Holman back in third place. Oh, he's in third place behind Stewart, and it's Kamitsu, and then in fourth, Magic Mike. It's Kamitsu is pulling away a little bit, but can they all keep up this time? It's going to be close.
Most certainly, as they make their way up towards the hard-braking section of Agostini and a late apex. You'll notice, Magic Mike has also just gone off.
Although he's back on and he's catching up with the 55 car.
Yeah, we're not going to call a safety car for that. If it hits someone else, then probably. But he's got work to catch up to the fellow Ferrari in the number 55 green Ferrari. And I do know that number 5, 11 and 55 are good friends, and they also spend a lot of time next to each other on track. So I'm not surprised that that's happened. And we've got Kazumitsu in P1 still.
Yeah. Now it's looking here as well. The number 7 car of Cubs fan is heading up in last place at the moment. Then it's 44 of Patrick Myler. He must have had a little off, I think, when they were all in together before the safety car went off. But it's very close, and it looks like, yeah, they're closing up actually. Kazumitsu and Stewart. Then it is Holman. There's really not much in it at all.
Very interesting. And so this straight here doesn't have a name, but the other longest straight in opposition to this straight is called the Bentley Straight.
All right.
As we exit Williams onto Bentley, so that was quite interesting. As we have a couple of Bentleys and next gen's 46 Bentley. A big fan of it as well. He actually told me that the reason why he uses the Bentley is because he went to see them last year at Silverstone, and he just says it was the best sounding GT3 car there.
Yeah, it does sound really good. I went to the Blancpain Championship at Silverstone 2 years ago in May, and I saw David Perel race there because I'd had him on the show, and he said, "Oh, you need to come down and see me when I'm racing." And so I managed to get onto the pits, you're allowed to walk through the pit lane. And I saw him, got an autograph, got a picture taken, and then he went out there in his Ferrari, and it sounded fantastic. But both the Audis and the Bentleys did sound amazing. I was actually pleasantly surprised at how loud they were. Made it something quite special.
Yeah, most certainly. It puts your hairs on the end, doesn't it?
Yeah.
The sound of motorsport. It's a beautiful thing. So what have we got here? Holman, only .244, chasing P2 down.
Yep, and Kazumitsu has managed to make again a little bit of a gap because it was pretty close in the last lap there, but he's just pulled out just a little bit, 1.2 seconds. But then Holman is just, as you say, 0.244 seconds behind Stewart in the Bentley.
As they now cross the start-finish line.
They definitely have their strong points though. Every car, like the Bentley, must be very good on the street because it seems to make up a bit of time there on Kazumitsu. He's taken 3/10 out of him just on that street.
Absolutely. Again, I mean, this is what I absolutely love about the Assetto Corsa. The actual, it is such a challenge to get a lap down, to be able to do this for 90 minutes and be put under pressure, lose time, physical pressure. It's such an amazing feat watching all of these drivers do what they do.
Yep. I think definitely Kazumitsu is better on the infield section. That Aston maybe seems to be slightly better around some of these tighter corners, but when they get onto the straights then it closes up again, which is great for us watching.
Most certainly. And driving the, we've got a 369, looks like he's had an off. That is
Annan.
Okay. Kirby, you can call a safety car, but tell Kazumitsu we want number 7 to catch up as well. Oh no, where's Annan? Is he still on? Oh no, he's back. Annan has left. If you could just bear with me 2 seconds, Hugh. I'm just going to speak to them in chat. I think Annan's just had an accident and obviously backed out. So I'm just going to have a little chat with them in there. I'll leave you to it. I'll only be a few seconds.
Yep, no problem.
Thank you.
So the safety car is coming out with Kobe driving that, and we will be all gathering up again. And Kazumitsu here as he's in first place, followed by Stewart. Then it's Holman in third, Seal in fourth, Magic Mike in fifth, Patrick Byler in sixth, Cubs fan in seventh. Now there may have been a car, I think it was Ainan who went out, but I think possibly his car might be damaged. He's possibly in the pits. We will find out more in a few minutes. With just an hour and 10 minutes left. And we're watching that lovely Aston Martin followed by the Bentley. Look how big that thing is. Then it's the Audi, then followed by the Ferrari. Proper GT cars for sure. Gonna have a bit of money to run one of these, but my goodness, I'm sure it's worth it.
£315,000.
Is it?
It is
for the Aston or for the Bentley?
Oh, Bentley. Not that I haven't checked.
The Bentley.
But that's before you pay for your tyres, that's before you pay for your flights, that's before you pay for your McDonald's, you know.
The whole thing.
Yeah. Well,
now, was that the race car or was that the road car?
I believe it was the race car.
Wow. And imagine it'll take a fair bit of money to run it for a team for a year.
Yes, it's... Who was it? I can't remember the name of the actual commentator for the British Intelligent GT Championship, but he said that there's one thing that go hand in hand with racing drivers, and it's racing and money.
Yeah. Yep.
So we've got the number 4.
Oh, someone's gone straight off. My goodness me, someone flew straight off there. Now, who was that?
I think that was a glitch. Oh, I'll tell you why. It's number 46. It's his internet. He's obviously having glitch problems.
Because he went hearing off at some speed there.
Yeah, he messaged me before saying he was having issues with it earlier. So that's a shame. He said he will rejoin if it happens, but that is a shame nevertheless. Hopefully he can catch up. We've also got number 7 and 511 left to catch up, so I assume.
And they've got Magic Mike. Has he got a safety? He's got a stop go, 30-second stop go.
Yes, indeed. We just had the green from the drivers up front. That's what they've decided to do in chat. Obviously, the 5-1-1 with the stop and go penalty.
Yeah.
Obviously, number 7 to catch up. But again, everyone is in chat, and again, obviously, we want to all just have fun. This is obviously the best decision to come out with, but nevertheless, that's what Kazumitsu in P1, Holman in P2, and now Seal has popped a little cheeky P3.
Yeah. So they've changed. Yeah. Stuart has gone. Oh, he's gone into the pits. It's saying there. Is that right? Is that?
That's. I'm assuming he's rejoined, and it'll have put him in the pits. Yeah.
Right.
I'm not exactly sure how a setting cursor works if someone times out, but I have left it open for people to rejoin. So. Internet issues, eh? The joys and lows of technology.
So I always remember going to the Bonk Pain series a couple of years ago, because I had to run down there, and next to my car were all these big Bentleys and all these amazing, these supercars. And then there was my Dacia Sandero. So it was, and they kind of looked at me as if, you're a motorsport fan. Yep, and I'm here in my Dacia, so it was. Still, I did manage to get there and back on a tank of fuel, which is not bad from Scotland at that point. But I don't think their cars will do 70 to the gallon.
No, most certainly not. And it looks like as Holman makes his way around Karam chasing the 666, hard on the brakes. He is
look at that.
The tail end of the 666 as they hurtle their way up to the start finish straight here at Snetterton, and also 511 has served and is now leaving the pits. So he's going to
he's a lap down.
Pack. Yes, rejoin the pack, which is ideal, just behind 44. So we've got a little bit of action between 44 and 511. But I am actually currently on board with Holman, as he seems to be putting a ton of pressure on the Aston Martin.
Yeah, this is the race we hoped for, and now we've got it. It's because for a while Holman was behind Stewart, but now that he's had a few issues, so now it is Kazumitsu and Holman giving us a fantastic battle here at the front.
Most certainly. Only not even a blink of an eye. It's going to be interesting to see whether the 666 can hold off on pressure. Obviously, I mean, again, the 46 Bentley is 46 is out on track. Happy days. So he's at the back. Just behind Seal. So that's happy days. No need to call a safety car as yet. We've got P1 and 2. So the battle for P1 is well and truly underway, as they are coming up to the most awkward braking section here into Brundle and the right-hander of Nelson into the long right-hander of Coram.
And then finally into that tricky chicane at Murray.
Right up there, most certainly. I think he most certainly is very comfortable with his braking control, and probably wants to put pressure now on the rear view lights, rear view mirror, pardon, of the 666 Aston Martin.
Now, do we know roughly what time these drivers might start coming in for pit stops? Are they going to do one or possibly more pit stops?
Well, they're welcome to do as many pit stops as they like. They only have one mandatory pit stop to complete. That's going to open up in 3 minutes and 56 seconds. As the race for P1 continues, I'm going to jump on board with Patrick, as he is being hunted down by the mid-engined Ferrari.
So it is Kazumitsu in first, Holman in second, Patrick Myler in third, JLR Seal in fourth, Cubs fan in fifth, JLR Magic Mike in sixth, and Stewart in seventh.
Yes, indeed. Just making sure I was recording this, which I am. And so we've got a battle between the mid-engine Ferrari and the front-engine Bentley as they exit the Bentley straight and now make their way up to this quick right-hander of Bomb, up to Coram, into the very difficult braking section of Murray's, leading us onto the home straight. What we're going to see here, as I mean, again, the Bentley's got that front end weight as the 511 got side by side, not quite as there in the heavy braking section of Murray's. Can the 511 get a run on this home straight?
So basically he's trying to unlap himself in effect that
Gonna have to jump back on board with Holman, only a 0.27.
it's very close. Yeah, we've got quite a lot of battles all over the track, which is good. And the number 46 car, Stuart, he is catching up as well. He
Yes.
is
Past the 55 and now hunting 511, yes.
yeah. So
Sorry, go on.
we are coming to just an hour, just over an hour to go. So almost the first half hour has been completed, and it's flown in. And now we've got this great battle, which I don't see getting any less so for the next wee while, because whenever Holman gets close, Kazumitsu is able just to keep him behind him.
I'm just gonna see whether the guys obviously want 46 to rejoin or whether they want to stay out on track. Carry on, yeah. So they've decided to carry on. So this is most certainly going to change things up. I like to give everyone the option because again, we're here to have a good time. Obviously, you can. Everyone. How many viewers have we got right now? 8 viewers or something. People that are watching. So 55 seconds left to go. We're going to have the pit window open up. Everyone in chat's decided to carry on as they have. So this means that Holman in second position is going to... We're going to go into the pit window with... He's got a 9-second lead between the 44 Bentley Patrick. So this is going to well and truly change things up. Hopefully we don't have any more incidents. No need to call a safety car. We've got the final reformation. Hopefully no one punts anyone off. But this is going to be really interesting to see what happens. Now the pit window is going to open up in 20 seconds. And we've got the 511 and the 44 and 46 battling it out.
Yeah, I mean, it's whenever you look, there's real battles there. I mean, yeah, 501, 44 and 46, there's not much in it. And then, of course, we've got the front two, who are... and Kazumitsu uses every bit of the racetrack and a bit more, but that's allowed Holman to catch right up. And he's right behind Kazumitsu as they come through the right-hand bend, and through they go.
Yes, onto the Bentley straight and hurtling their way down towards the very awkward left-hander of Brundle. Will Holman make a move before... Well, the pit window is now open, so the pit window's open. We've got a 29 minutes and 30 seconds left to utilise that. Is Holman going to make a position before he goes into the pit, or will we see one or the other driver take a turn into the pits before the other?
I wonder, because now that gap's gone up to 13 seconds between Holman and Patrick Myler in third. So I just wonder whether they might just stay out a little bit longer to see if they can maybe get...
Yeah. Oh, it looks like he's gone
Look
side
at that,
by
they're
side.
neck and neck.
So we've got the Audi on the outside as they both make their way up to the start finish and up towards Riches. Can the 994 do anything on the P1 of 666?
Oh, look at that.
There's a touch of contact. The elbows are out between these two as they hurtle their way up towards Montreal. 904.
Oh, he's just got it.
Kazumitsu.
Gives them just enough room, I think. I think that was okay. But look at that. Holman's right there. It's pretty clean overall, I think.
Yes, these two are very good on track. They're most certainly fighting for position right now, and what a fight this is turning into as they make their way up to Hamilton, the left of Hamilton, and the right of Ogies.
Again, it's very close coming out of the corners as they come through onto the Bentley Straight.
Has the Audi got a run here?
But all in the meantime, they're pulling away from Patrick Myler in third and Seal, who's in fourth.
Well, this is what's so interesting about it, because I think it's one thing being fast. It's one thing having, you know, GT Sports 6 North American fastest driver behind you, and then it's another thing getting everything that you can to keep that P1. So they're both going to be pushing each other, and like you say, now it's a 15-second gap between the very quick Patrick, Seal and Magic.
Yeah, yeah. Now, do you know how long it takes to do a pit stop here?
I do not, depending on, and again, Hugh, depending on weather, you know, they can go into the pits, they can do their mandatory stop. Is Holman going to get a run here? A little bit wide, looked.
I suppose as well, it depends how much fuel they're using and what the state of their tyres too, isn't it? If they think they're okay to keep going, then they'll go as long as they can, so they don't have to put as much fuel in for finishing off.
Absolutely, I think.
Because we're already almost at halfway. Not too far, 10 minutes and...
And obviously those that are out on track battling out, we've got Patrick, went to the Delta to update. It's going to be an interesting one for the final reformation as to where position will be on track, and we line up in single file and no double file. It's a little bit too messy. As they now make their way, the leading pack, the fight for P1 down the Bentley Straight and up towards the horrible left-hander of Brundle.
Yeah, it's a big sausage curve on that right-hand side there as well, isn't it? You have to watch. You don't want to go over that. That could probably flip you off into the wall.
Certainly, all drivers out on track, but this is the fight to watch. Hard on the brakes. Into Murray's.
Again, it looks close. Very, very close indeed.
Neither drivers deciding to go into the pits, so I mean, I don't know whether, you know, again, it's interesting trying to work out what it is that these drivers are thinking, because, you know, these two are clearly pushing each other right now. They're gapping the field. You know, are there any disadvantages to an early pit stop? You know, there's a lot to think about.
Yeah. Well, they're 18.5 seconds ahead of Patrick Myler in third. So the longer they stay out, the bigger the gap they're creating at the moment. So it's certainly advantageous for them to stay out at the moment. Of course, it could well be that Patrick Myler is saving fuel quite a bit, and he could catch up a little bit in the pit stop. We'll have to wait and see.
Yes, Patrick is very, very quick. He joined us for round 2. Sorry, it was round 3. Last week's round 3, and he was very, very, very quick. So, but again, that was at Spa, and obviously we're here at Snetterton today. So, very different tracks. Very, you know, Spa's long. It's all about momentum, whereas Snetterton, it's short, it's bumpy, it's tight. It's got some horrible braking and sectors. So it's, you know, it requires differences out of the drivers and the cars.
Yep, completely different setup, and probably a different even mental approach. You know, because with Spa you've got long straights, and it's a great track to get into a good rhythm. This is a much tougher, as you say, it's much more tricky, many of the corners here, and also there's nowhere near the runoff. The track's quite narrow, but we're getting a great race though, that's for sure.
Most certainly, and it looks as though the fight for P1 are catching up with, I can't remember the term, but the rear of the pack. So now they're going to come into traffic, which again is exciting. What's going to happen here? Sometimes that can benefit whoever's in front, whether, you know, he can get past the number 7 Porsche and the Audi can't. He can then maybe gap the Audi, give him a little bit of a break before he goes into the pits, or whether he gets held up. And yeah, we'll have to see.
Yes, so they're coming up to lap the number 7 car, that was Stewart. Oh no, sorry, it's the number 7 car, Cubs fan 2007, sorry.
Yeah, sorry,
my mistake.
Kent's in the 7, so he's decided to move out the way.
He's gone right off the track for them.
Yeah, bless him. It's very nice of him. It's lovely to see, and thankfully he's still got control of the car. So now he's chasing P1 and 2 as they're on the Bentley straight, unleashing all 500 plus horsepower, and up to Brundle they go.
Yep, under the bridge, through the left, then the tricky right-hander. I think a lot of these corners invite you to bring a lot more speed than you probably are supposed to, and that can cause all sorts of issues, but these guys are certainly showing us that they can do it properly and not making mistakes.
Certainly, as I am well and truly on the helmet cam now, on board with Holman in the 994 Audi, chasing down Kazimitsu. Kazimitsu looks to have got a little bit of a better run as he appears to pulling away just a touch, but as we come up to the braking zone into Riches, what can the Audi do? He's right up the tail end of that 666. Can they make anything happen into Montreal?
It would have to be a bit of a dive bomb.
It could most certainly be waiting for that moment as well, with obviously a few minutes left to go, pit window to close in the final reformation. There's a lot left to think about, so hopefully these guys can stay on track.
Certainly they've not shown many of them they've not had any major slides so far that we've seen. They've been very controlled, but it's very, very close here. This is when, he's right up there.
Still on the inside line.
He's holding him, he's managing to hold him behind him.
What's he going to do here as they now make their way onto the Bentley straight? And as you come out that corner, you've got to wait to get on the gas in second gear. If you get on there too early, you're going to go off. So you've just got to time it right, get as many of them horsepowers out as possible, hurtle your way down the Bentley straight again into the horrible left-hander of Brundle. It's going to be a very interesting one to see whether the Audi can make a move on the Aston Martin. Are you staying on board with the
I'm seeing the front two. Yes, I'm on. Yeah. I'm watching the front two. Yep.
I'm going to just give everyone else a little bit of love on camera then. If anything happens, let me know and I'll jump back on. But we've got the number 55.
He's coming to the pits. Kometsu's coming to the pits in the Aston Martin. So he is doing his pit stop. Now Holman takes the lead. So how long will he be in the pits for? There we go. So that is Kometsu doing all the requirements, all the changes required.
Yeah, putting Holman in P1. Now, it's got a bit to go, so I'll jump back on with Holman in a minute. Patrick now in P2, but 23.3 seconds behind Holman. And again, Patrick was putting times down of low 48s in practice, so this dude's quick. So for him to be gapped now for 23 seconds alongside the other drivers just goes to show exactly how much the numbers 666 and 994 are doing.
Yeah, and there he goes. Kazumitsu is back out onto the racetrack. And he's going to join just in front of Steele. He went over that red line there. Not sure if you're supposed to do that.
Well, we'll stop and go if he indeed gets a penalty. And number 55. We've got number 55, Neil the Seal, in the lime green Ferrari, joining us from Australia today, making his way around Montreal and up towards Palma. It's always a pleasure to have him on board with us. And we have the number 46 Bentley Stewart driving for Next Gen here for the Macabre Cup Season 1 Round 4 at Snetterton, as he makes his way up to Agostini.
Yeah, there's not too much between them. Beginning to close up again.
I wouldn't be surprised if the 46 Bentley catches up to the 55 Ferrari, only because he's put in a lot of time, and obviously Stuart is also English, as he's driving the English liveried chromed Bentley there, down Bentley Straight.
That's definitely good advertising for them. Couldn't ask for any more, really, could you?
And 666. Oh, 55. Looks like he's gone off track. Hopefully there's no dramas with 46, as he passes the Ferrari up to Coram.
Yes, 55 is back on the track.
And I'm interested to know what's going to happen when Holman pits.
And we are just coming up to half distance. It's I have to say, it's flowing in already, isn't it? We've had pretty much full battles right the way through, and we're just waiting to see what's going to happen now. I looked at that, there was a wee flash on the timing board there saying that Patrick Myler, I think, is round about 26 seconds behind Holman. But I think they must be in the pits for at least about a minute or near enough. So it's going to be interesting to see just what they can win and lose in the pits.
Most certainly. And Holman in the 994 Audi is making his way up to the start finish and deciding not to go into the pits. So he's continuing to stay out on his used and worn Pirelli softs, making his way to the right hand with Riches, and we've got a little bit of a balance.
55 is rejoined. Yep, 55 is rejoined after his pit stop.
And Kent in the number 7 Porsche and the number 44 Bentley, driven by Patrick. Hurtle their way past the start finish and now up towards Riches. Let's see whether the 44 can do anything against the GT3 Porsche.
And thankfully it looks like the weather is going to remain sunny. It still looks sunny so far, and we've had a nice dry race. I don't think we're going to be given any spots of rain in the near future.
We are halfway through.
No.
Keep pushing.
Next half an hour still says it's sunny, so I'm going to assume that we're going to be trekked to a sunny finish here at Snetterton to end round 4 of the Macabre Cup. And we have Brands Hatch and Alton Park left to run. So after this one we give a vote up to the drivers, see where it is that they would like to race, and then we're going to bring the Macabre Cup up to a close. So that will be in 2 weeks time, the last one, and then we should hopefully continue the next season, as this first season is very much just sort of getting the feelers out. Obviously we're implicating some new ideas here with the safety car, which has been a learning curve for all of us, but everyone involved in this is very, very proud of Kobe, as am I, my son, driving the number 22 GT4 Audi safety car. And yeah, continuing from this series, we're going to most certainly continue on. And obviously I'm very excited to work alongside other eSports groups, Discords, and I think with 13.5 minutes left to go, and a pretty decent pack. Holman's leading the pits, So I was about to say not much is going to happen, but actually Holman is leaving the pits, and it appears that Kazumitsu
has retaken the lead.
Absolutely. And 46 Bentley coming up to Rich's. What have we got? The Delta saying.
I wonder if the Bentley maybe just takes a bit, or so the Audi takes a bit more fuel. Maybe that Aston's, because I mean he came in a little bit early. Maybe he's not really no fueled as much. Maybe it's a bit better on fuel than the Audi. That because they obviously it's all in the pit stops as to the time that they've made up.
Absolutely. Do you know? Even just from you saying that, you know, you really have got to think about it, and you know, I can imagine if you tactics. Do I just put a full tank of fuel in, go in, get my tyres on, and leave? Or do I go into the pits, get a bit of fuel while I'm changing my tyres, maybe save a little bit of time, and then run, you know, the minimum amount of fuel for the first and second sector of the race? It's very interesting. So I'm going to speak to both of these after this race and find out exactly what the tactics was, because we've got a gap of 2.492.
Yep, perhaps with Holman's tyres maybe being a bit cooler, it's going to take him a little bit of time maybe just to get them warmed up. But can they start battling again? It's great though that there's only 2.5 seconds in it, because obviously Patrick will be coming in. In fact, he's in the pits. Patrick is in the pits, number 44 car. So we're going to have Kamitsu and Holman come back into the top 2 positions again.
Beautiful. And I'll tell you one thing that I absolutely love, Hugh, especially when the camera's close, because I don't know whether you know actually, but if you go into drive, you can change the camera views. Camera set camera set 2 and helicam view, and then you can have onboard views, which has got 5 different onboard views. But if the camera's close, or you do an onboard shot and they drive past the pits, oh my god, the reverberation of these cars, it's such a beautiful sound, and I'd love that something like that's been incorporated, you know.
Yeah,
I don't
absolutely.
know if you've noticed, but next time we go next to the pits, just listen out to it. It's just it's like 10 times louder. It's just so beautiful. So we've got a 2.4. So he's catching up just a touch. He's getting into the swing of things. He's most certainly going to want to take P1 away from Kazumitsu. We've got a final countdown restart, which is going to be called within 20 minutes. And we've got a pit window of 10 minutes. So it looks as though all drivers are most certainly getting comfortable now with 40 minutes left to go. And yeah, I'm most certainly excited for this final reformation.
Yep. Yeah, it'll take a few minutes to get them all on the same lap, or get them all sorted out, get them all bunched up.
Most certainly. We've got Patrick in 3rd, Seal in 4th, Magic in 5th, Cubs in 7th, and Next Gen, who thankfully rejoined, who very much enjoys himself here, is in 7th.
And there we go. And those brake lights are certainly on the brakes are lighting up, glowing red as they come into the sharp right hand bend.
Now a 1.932 behind the 666 Austin Martin.
He's catching up again. His tyres are getting warmed up. Now he says 1.5 seconds. He looked a lot quicker coming out of that bend, mind you. A lot quicker. So he's taken nearly a second out of Kazumitsu just in this opening lap.
Incredible turn of events.
And of course, he's going to get up there, but it'll be close again, and then they're going to have the safety car. So they're all going to have to wait and keep their tyres warm and keep it going until they can eventually let rip again.
Yes, indeed. So obviously they're kind of fighting for restart position, in effect. The Next Gen's Lager just exiting Parma as P1 and 2 enter Brundle, and now exit Nelson up towards Bomb and the long right hand corner of Koran. Delta now saying a 1.3 behind Vanquish. It looks like we're going to be treated to a little bit of action here, so to everyone on board watching this stream, we're going to jump on board with the 994 of VQS Holman as he now chases down 666 Austin Martin.
Yep, less than a second now. If they had DRS, then the spoilers will be open. That they're certainly very, very close. And just 7 minutes before the safety car, well, the pit window will close, and then I think the safety car comes on after that. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll give them 10 minutes, or just to sort of fight it out for a little bit longer, and then just to once the pit window's closed, just let it naturally have a natural formation. So everyone that's been fighting has been, it's been worth their while. It's one thing having a safety car, but it's another thing recalling it all the time. Because obviously, if you're calling a safety car all the time, everyone's obviously gaining back free time in a sense. So it's one thing having having something that's fun, which is why we try and get one or two in at the beginning. Because if you're going to have accidents, it's usually at the beginning, because we haven't had any since. And then we sort of get the best experience possible. So. Yeah, let them run its course for a few minutes, and then at about 20 minutes I'll start blasting the final countdown music. Down there, Mike. I can't do it on this one, otherwise I'll get YouTube flagged for copyright.
Alright.
But as Holman most certainly is closing down and has closed down on the 666 and hurtles his way down the start-finish straight. I was going to give us a bit of time. Again, I don't think we've got time, but what we have, we're going to make time, Hugh. But what I'm trying to say here is, if they go side by side, I'm going to jump straight back out into the onboard action. But what I'm trying to say here, Hugh, is give a little bit of time to the HughHatrick GT Sport Championship that we're both doing. So I didn't know if you wanted to maybe a little bit about it and the first start date.
Yes, in between the closest battle of the race so far.
Yeah.
I will certainly come along.
In between your 1.74 seconds, yeah.
It's almost like having an ad break when it was a crucial moment in F1. That was the thing they used to do. But yes, it's the HHTCR Community Race Series, which has been developed with Rascal Rabbit and myself. He was on my show last year, and he said, would you like to do a league? And I thought, well, I've never done one before. How do you do it? And he says, well, I can put it together for you. And very kindly, Rascal has put in a huge amount of effort and time, and has some phenomenal prizes as well. You can win a G29, I think it is, potentially. There's some great prizes on offer. It's all front-wheel drive Group 4 cars on GD Sport. We've got a number of tracks to deal with. It's going to be roughly 7 races, finishing just after Christmas. Once a month there's qualifying. We've just had it this weekend, but you can still take part. And yeah, it's going to be fantastic. Really looking forward to it. I'm hoping that I'm not going to win the award for the slowest driver in my own series. I'm hoping I can do a bit better than that. But no, we've got a great range of drivers and really and skill level. And yeah, really looking forward to it. There's no tyre wear, there's no fuel usage, so it's just going to be a great battle. The first race that we're doing is the Tokyo South Outer Loop on this Saturday coming, and it's going to be 30 minutes long. Yeah, it's going to be great fun. Looking forward to it.
Absolutely perfect. And you have current P4 GLR Seal, who I'm very sort of close with, spend a lot of time with on here. He will be joining as well, so he will be there.
Oh, fantastic.
And I tried to get Holman involved as well, but unfortunately with all his other commitments for GT Sport, he couldn't actually make it. But nevertheless, it's been great to have that alien there. But I'm sure he'll join future events. And yeah, I think while I can say what I can say as the pit window comes to a close, It's a great Discord that you have, Hugh. It's very friendly, obviously no tolerance to any negativity, which I am a big fan of. Obviously, my son being 10 and involved in my Discord, it's very strict. We're here to have fun, you know, and that kind of thing. So I just sort of commend being in your Discord. It's great, it's fun, it's friendly, and anyone that's obviously wanting to join and look into GT Sport leagues and series as opposed to the dailies, getting involved in the league is the best way to do it, and getting a Discord is also the best way to do it, because absolutely everyone's on Discord. It's the best way to get in touch with everyone, and for anyone watching wanting to get involved, we've got my Discord, TMK Racing 444, and HughHatrick's Discord, which is working closely with myself and Rascal Rabbit, who is good friends with Tidgney and the likes, is working under your Discord, which I believe is HughHatrick. Is that your
It
name?
is, yes. Yeah, if you're on YouTube, just go into the HughHatrick YouTube channel, and all the details for the Discord are in the comments. Oh, and Holman's run wide and almost lost it. Oh my goodness, he was skidding away. But has he got it back? Oh, he's just got it back. That was close. That was very close. He got onto the grass, and I was wondering if he was maybe preparing a move there, and got it all wrong. But yes, for those interested, if you hop onto the HughHatrick YouTube channel, you can get all the details in the About section, and also you'll see the live stream details there as well, because the HHTCR series will be live streamed too. So if you take part, you'll be on TV on YouTube.
Hey, that's it. And yes, I'm certainly looking forward to commentating, being an acting live steward. That's something we need to talk about actually, but and also the safety car, which will be an interesting thing. Obviously, utilising the safety car in this league, you can see the benefits if things do go. Obviously, I know you wouldn't call it like we do, but if someone hits someone and 3 or 4 cars go off, it's a great tool to have. So I'm very excited and very grateful to be involved with yourself and Rascal. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. And I believe it starts a week. Is it next Saturday?
This Saturday coming. Yep,
yeah.
This Saturday coming.
And you've run your qualifying yesterday and today. Correct?
Yes, there's. If you go on our Discord, and if you were to check it tonight, I know that Rascal is doing another session for people in Europe. I think it's between 9 AM and 11 AM tomorrow. So check on our Discord. It's all on the information there on the series, on the qualifying times and things. It's all updated regularly, so you can still take part. And even if you miss the first couple of races, as long as you're in there for at least 4, you're going to be it all count. So yeah, we would love to have you with us, and we've got a good number so far, but we're always looking for more.
Happy days. Well, this is it, and I think in a way, this is what I believe is the nail on the head, in the sense that, you know, I think working together with other Discords with the same goal, you know, that's such a good way of, you know, having people to help you out, you know, certain things, everyone having their own certain role that can then stream it to their own platforms. It's such a, you know, everyone wins, and I'm very excited for this one.
Yeah, I'm fairly new to Discord, I have to say. So it's amazing how it kind of brings everybody together, and you can do so much with it. You know, all the different channels you can put on it, and get all the different information, the different, you know, every different interest just about in gaming. You can have a channel for within your own channel, which is great. So, and I really love the community that we've got on our channel here as well. It's just so nice, and there's lots of fun and games going on all the time, lots of jokes, lots of funny pictures and all sorts of stuff being put on it. For example, one of the guys involved in the race has made a livery for me, and because they all know I'm a bit of a KFC fan, and they've made me a KFC livery for the series. So it's brilliant. Yeah, it was for me.
I saw that. I thought it was for someone else. No, that was incredible.
Yeah, it was really, really good. So it's brilliant fun.
994 still chasing Holman down.
It's getting very, very close again. Holman has caught right up. Right up. My goodness. It's as close as he's been. I wonder if Kazumitsu's got a problem, or he's had to just lose a wee bit of time there.
Well, I mean, again, this is it. And again, with regards to what we were saying, with regards to all the different factors of taking part in a 90-minute endurance with a pit window of 30 minutes and one mandatory tyre change and all these sorts of things and fuel, there's so many different things to consider. I wonder whether the mid-engined Audi is better for the long haul, you know, the longer race. It's a mid-engined car, it's going to have more even tyre wear. You know, we're coming towards the end of the race now, and the pit window's closed, I believe. So
Yep,
we've got about 7 minutes before the final reformation. And up to Brundle from the Bentley Straight. Does the 994 go? Currently leading the TMKup Championship, hunting the extremely capable 666 of the Aston Martin, driven by the Viking legend Kazumitsu. And Patrick currently in third
it's
position.
close coming out of there. Very close coming out of there.
It certainly is. You see, I was just wondering, Hugh, whether, you know, obviously Holman's putting as much pressure in as he can. I don't know whether he's going to continue to just make pressure, see whether he can make a mistake on Kazumitsu, or whether he's thinking, do I need to make my move now, because he knows that in 6 minutes time the
safety
final
car
reformation is going to be called. So Kobe, drivers be advised, final reformation in 7 minutes. Okay, so I'm just going to make them all aware that they've got 7 minutes to go before the final reformation. So now we're going to see whether Holman does want to take this position away from Kazumitsu. And that's the other thing I'm trying to do here. I'm trying to incorporate a little bit of pit crew, because obviously everyone can talk to the pit crew and give them live feedback, you know.
Exactly. Yeah. I think Holman could do all that hard work, maybe even get first place, and then on the safety restart could end up losing it again. So it's going to be exciting.
Yeah, I will let you know. Yeah, that's okay. You're doing good. Yeah, most certainly, Hugh. What have we got? Yeah, okay, so they are heading up to the balanced section. I'm going to assume that the Audi is going to be better through here, or whether the front-mounted engine of the V12 Aston Martin is a little bit better through there, because although it has more weight at the front, it is still a race car that has been designed to be balanced. So whether that weight at the front has been designed to, you know, just pull you around a little bit more, I don't know, but I would have thought the Audi would have been better through Coram, as they now hurtle their way to the rear end of number 7. So again, we've got traffic, number 7 and number 55.
He has gone off. Yeah, he's gone right off, pulled right off, which hopefully won't bring too much dirt back onto the track. But
bless him. Again, he's only young, and he's such a lovely lad, and he's very new to a set of coursing as well. So
it's a difficult game to get a grips with, especially in that 911. It's a hard car to drive.
And, you know, I mean, one thing I said to him, I said, look, you're here to enjoy yourself, and, you know, Holman, Kazumitsu, these dudes are genuine fast aliens, you know, it's a different, I can't touch these guys, I'd be 3 seconds a lap slower, genuinely, every lap. They're seriously fast.
I wonder if they've got their setup sorted out as well. That's the other thing. If they've got good setups, that makes a big difference.
He's gone off.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Oh my goodness, he's slowing. What's? He was very slow. He slowed right down.
Okay, Kobe.
It looks like he's got, well, just a lot of dirt on the front of his car, but.
Right. So he has now. So he's done what he's done before, which is show that he's gaining time on the 666 Aston Martin.
As the Porsche flies off in sympathy. Oh, he's come into the pits.
Okay, so he's gone into the pits. And
is he allowed to do that now?
Yeah, it'll be because of the damage. So, Kobe, it's a good time to start the reformation. So,
there we go. Safety car's on the track, and Holman's in getting his car repaired.
Kobe, go up a little bit more. Stop. That's it. Keep stop. That's it. That'll do. Just so Holman can get out. And you want to wait for 666. Okay. So you're waiting for Kazumitsu. Okay, so number 22 safety car has been deployed. Holman is in the pits. Obviously, this is a good time for me to slow everyone down. Holman can hopefully repair what damage he has, and that's going to affect his position. And Kazumitsu now on the Bentley straight. And
there he goes. He's just leaving the pits now.
Yeah. So I'm sure he can see that Audi and move out his way. He doesn't get a stop and go for that.
Hopefully not. He didn't get a stop and go for before, so.
Well, if he does, I'll tell him to avoid it, and we'll just go on race position. Don't pit. But nevertheless, all drivers are out on track. 22. We've got 55. Okay, so Kobe, Neil's going to pass you in the Ferrari, and then it's Kazi. So just make Kazi aware. Yeah. Happy days. So we've got 55 passing here, and then 6 into here. So
you can see fire spitting out of that exhaust of Holman's car as he changes down.
So they've obviously decided to repair some bits and bobs in chat, so we're just going to let them do that, and then obviously we'll get that reformation under effect. The idea is to get it going with 15 minutes left to go. So we've got a good 6 minutes to sort that out, but obviously when everyone is reformed and we get to the start finish straight, and we'll get that reformation going.
Because the cars are quite spread out at the moment. But Kazumitsu is in the pits.
Yep, now exiting, I believe.
Yep.
I'm just going to jump off mic a second, Hugh, just to make sure everything's sorted, and then I'll be back.
Okie doke. There we are. Just over 20 minutes to go. The safety car is out. They're getting the reformation details sorted, and it will soon. We'll get all the cars bunched up again, and then it will be the last 15 minutes of the race till we'll be a flat out to the flag, as they would say. And what will happen? Will Kazumitsu manage to withstand the pressure, as he has done so far, from VQS Holman, who has pushed him in every possible way, has put on huge amounts of pressure, but so far has remained in, well, now he's in third place, but will he be able to move up the grid and get back into second? Well, we'll have to see what happens, and to see what kind of rates that everyone's tyres are in. There's lots of things that can be variable. I did wonder whether Kazumitsu's tyres had maybe showed signs of wear, as he was certainly slowing down a little bit and allowing Holman to get very, very close. He also came into the pits a little bit earlier than Holman, so maybe he's had to save fuel a little bit as well. But you don't want to be coasting too much on a race like this. But in just about 4 minutes' time, the safety car should hopefully be out back into the pits, and we will have the racing underway. This is a chance for the whole field to bunch up a bit and get them all out together. And we've got Kobe in the safety car, making sure that everyone bunches up behind him.
Slow down. Okay.
So we have Holman and Patrick Myler pretty much behind each other, and then it's a matter of will they all catch up now to Kazumitsu. They get the safety car flag being waved there. That wonderful big green Bentley. And that greyish green Audi. So they're about 12 seconds up behind Kazumitsu. So we'll soon see them all catch up.
Yep.
And now they're weaving across the road to keep those tyres warm. Let's see. Now it looks like they have pretty much caught up, the top three. Then we have GLR Seal in 4th, Magic Mike in 5th, but he's a lap down, Stuart in 6th, then Cubs Fan in 7th. And there we go, now they've just allowed one car to unlap itself. Alright, sorry, that was a safety car. That,
Oakley doke, hello, hello.
and Matthew's back.
Hey, thank you very much. Good, sir. So, everything's all sorted in chat. Obviously, we've got a little bit of a...
Oh, Kazumitsu's gone off. He's just gone off. Hit the barrier, but he's come back on again. Oh, he's hopefully he's not done too much damage.
Hopefully that
But he
was,
went straight off there.
Yeah. Safety cars breed safety cars, isn't that what they say?
Yeah. Yeah, well, I don't know if they'll buff that one out. That's the one, but...
Yeah, so we've got number 7, number 511, and number 46 to catch up. So the safety cars are going to stay out and do another lap, and then that should leave us in good succession for the final lap. We're going to have to call it on the next lap round.
Yep.
But they should hopefully have caught up. 511, yeah, they will have. Next gen will have definitely caught up by then. And so, all drivers are now making their way through the final lap of the final reformation. We are just waiting for number 7, 511, and 46 to catch up to the pack, and then we are going to release them all. Now, we've had Holman in the 994 Audi decide to pit, make the most of his car, get it all repaired, and that's meant that it's put him into P3 for the restart. So he's lost a position, but he's gained a repair. And round, we've got 511 hurtling their way down start finish. Next gen's Lager pushing that Bentley.
Yep, they'll come into the hairpin. Got some great names. So is that Agostini Bend they call that, is it? Or Agostini, that left. What a great name that is. Must be Italian or something like Agostini. Sure, you can let us know in the comments if we've got that one right or wrong, but
Yeah, Agostini, left-hand Hamilton into this right-hander of Oggies, and then the right-hander of Williams, which the safety car is now turning into, as he has the beautiful sight.
and then onto the Bentley straight.
That's the one, up towards the horrible looking section of Brundle.
Yeah, that's the one that's in. It's an easy left, but then it's a very nasty sharp right, isn't it? It kind of punishes you if you take too much speed in. And those big curves really throw these cars if they go over them.
Now, 46, he's got a bit of work to do. We're going to have to let them go. But 511 and 7 have caught up. 46 is doing the best he can. Again, they're all in chat, they all know what's going on, they're all agreed, they're all agreeing within themselves. again, Holman's, again, like I mentioned to you earlier, what I love about this and the format is, you know, Holman's pitted. He knew he was going to get a restart, but he's also lost a position, so he's lost that 24 seconds that they had. As they now make their way up to the pits.
And there they go.
So we're just going to wait for the green. And we've got the green. All drivers are now on the final countdown. The final few laps are underway with only under 13 minutes left to go. All drivers now make their way to the right-hander of Riches, keeping their Pirelli softs as warm as they can. We've got the 666 of 44.
Oh,
Magic Mike.
Somebody has spun. I think I just saw a Bentley spinning. I think he's managed to keep it going. I think he must have.
My good God. Okie dokie.
That was close.
It was indeed. So we've got the 511 Ferrari. I just couldn't think of what to say then. Now behind the 44 of Patrick in the Bentley. And again, you know, this is what we were talking about earlier. We have to keep those Pirelli softs in the window as well as the brakes. But nevertheless, Kazumitsu in the lead. Holman only a 1.089 behind the Aston Martin. And now GLR's Seal all the way from Australia in a podium position, being hunted down by the 44 Bentley, who originally made a mistake. And now the 511 Ferrari by the legend Magic Mike. Unfortunately, we haven't been able to have time for the 46 or 7 to catch up, but nevertheless,
He's not too far away. He's not. He's just, yeah. The Bentley's straight between them. Between Stuart and Magic Mike. So Holman has managed to peg that gap up to a second, and it looks like he's closing in again. Oh, very close as he comes in the start-finish straight. Can he get a good exit there? We'll see as they cross the line exactly how much time is involved.
I find it fascinating. I find it. Patrick spun out and is given. It's like turning back the tapes. It's like we're watching the same thing again.
Yeah, from about half an hour ago.
He's gone on the inside line. Has he made it happen against Kazumitsu? He's
gone wide. But he's gone wide. He's gone wide again. He's trying to get through on the right, but Kazumitsu closes him off.
Kazumitsu still in the lead. Holman deciding to take and potentially.
And now they're side by side as they come into Agostini.
Yes, and up towards Hamilton do they go. Slight touch of the brakes. We're going to be chucking that in. This one we're going to make a move here into Oggies and Williams. Through Oggies and the... No, this is Oggies, sorry. Up towards Williams and on the Bentley straight. What are we going to see here?
It looks very, very close. They're trying their hardest. There's not much in it. At one point it was 0.084 in between them, which is absolutely nothing as they come into the left at Brundle and in the right. It's just 0.378 of a second between the top two, and they have pulled away considerably over Seal and then Patrick Myler.
This is incredible.
And there's a Porsche. And he's cutting the corner, but you don't want to rejoin. Oh,
happy days.
And that's allowed. I think that's allowed Holman to go right up. Look at this side by side again as they come into the first corner onto the start finish straight. And all I can see is dust.
Side by side through Riches.
Oh, and a tiny wee tap, but I think that was just a wee love tap. Holman is always trying, and he's finally managed to keep it in. Round the bend they go. And there was no contact. It's all been done through skill.
This is incredible. So I think to a degree Holman has most certainly capitalised. He would have still been in maybe second position or third if he had stayed out of the pits, but obviously he's got a running car again. and Patrick gave him P2 back, and now he's been able to capitalise on P1, and his pace throughout Stetterton throughout these 90 minutes has most certainly shown that, you know, he's probably just been waiting for that to happen, and he's had an unfortunate 2 spins, but wow, what a moment that was.
I just wonder whether Kazumitsu got slightly balked by number 7. Maybe just got slightly distracted because it's coming into the final chicane at Murray, and I just, you know, seeing the car off on the grass, the dust may just have put him off slightly, and then that allowed Holman to get a better exit, because that's really where it all started. And it shows you back markers. Oh, and Kazumitsu has a bit of a tank slapper there, coming out of the bend, but has kept it going.
We appear to have had a change of place with the 55 Ferrari Seal. I mean, I did notice when we was talking on the home straight, in which they are now entering, but Seal is now in 5th position from, I believe, 3rd.
Wow. Mm.
I think he had an accident through Coram.
So he's gone down. Mm-hmm. So Magic Mike is up to 3rd.
This is such an incredible change of events here with regards to change of position.
They're going to be loving your safety cars. You know, it's like they'll be having nightmares about that one, I think, tonight. It's not gone well.
From GLR Mikey on YouTube saying dual commentary from 2 legend. This is beautiful, lads. Well, thank you very much, Mikey.
No, that's very kind. That's very kind.
I've most certainly appreciated you being here. It's made this 10 times better, so I hope you've enjoyed yourself as well.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I actually owe it, I believe, to Mikey, because he's the guy who invited me to your server.
All right. Oh well.
There you go.
Yeah. He was in he was qualifying earlier on. Was it yesterday or today? Well, it was yesterday. He was doing his
yesterday.
For the series, and did some very good times.
Yes, I know you can't say, can you? But I'm looking forward to Patrick just going off through Williams. It's going to give that position to Seal. Has Seal now got the run as they go up towards the Bentley straight? Is he going to go side by side with the 44 Bentley? Not quite. As they come up to the horrible braking section of Bundle and into the right-hander of Nelson.
It's very close there. Holman now has a 1.8 second lead over Kazumitsu, and then it's nearly 10 seconds behind for Magic Mike, and then a further 5 seconds to Patrick Myler. This is the battle between Myler and Seal, just 0.2 of a second in it.
Absolutely, and you can see the 46 Bentley, Chrome Bentley and the Chrome Green Bentley there now make their way up towards riches. Will the 55 Ferrari legend Neil the Seal be able to make back my favourite position in the 44 Bentley in P4, 444 there? We'll have to wait to see, with just under 5 minutes left to go. It does appear, though, that Holman is most certainly showing his race pace now that the incidents are out the way, and yeah, but if you know, he could still be pushing this car, he could still make an accident happen, and Kazumitsu will take P1 back.
Yeah, there's not too much in it. There's plenty of dust and dirt on those cars, that's for sure. It looks like they've seen plenty of action. Make sure he gives it a clean before he goes back into the pits.
And
it's almost like that.
Got a little bit of a fight for P4 here.
Yep, 4 and 5. Just a second in it.
44 chased by the 55 in pursuit of by the 46 as they make their way through Bomb and up to Coram into, again, Murray's is as horrible as Rundle into Nelson. You've got to keep it as far right as you can here, and I think Seal is able to hold on. No, he's just had to run wide, just clipped his tyres, I think, on the grass of Snetterton as he was entering Murray's there. So that's now put Seal in 6th, or still 5th, as the next gen is still a lap down, but nevertheless given a position to Stewart in the 46 Bentley. And a gap of 2, the deltas 44 laps in. 994 Holman in lead, and a gap of 3.5 now to the Austin Martin.
Yeah, he is pulling away now that he's got the open road in front of him, showing what his Audi can do. But what a race it's been, though. It's certainly been close right the way through, and Kazumitsu really withheld a huge amount of pressure lap after lap.
Yes.
It was really only up until the safety car at the very end that's what did it, really, in the last few laps. But it's been a fantastic race so far.
Most certainly, and it looks as though the 46 Bentley is having a back. 44 Bentley has lost grip out of Oggies, and that's now given Stewart in the 46 Bentley again.
Has he unlapped himself?
He's still a lap down, but he's taken the position of the 55 and 44 car. Again, a cracking driver. It's a shame that he disconnected, but again, it just shows what kind of a capable driver he is.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. You've got to keep going until the very end and make sure you finish, because you never know what could happen. People with penalties, all sorts of things. So it's always worth going on as far as you can.
Most certainly, and with 1 minute 44 seconds left to go, and with a restart of 15 minutes, after 10 minutes, the grid's most certainly divided itself quite quickly, it seems, on this last stint here at Snetterton.
Yep. Now, will this be... They'll come in, this will be their penultimate lap then. Will they do one more lap after this?
Yep, so Holman should cross that start finish. I believe it depends on the settings, but usually it will say driver on the last lap or leader is on the last lap. Leader's finished the race or leader is on last lap. It'll say one or the other.
Yeah.
At Spa it said leader has finished, I think because it's so long.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. They don't do a slowing down lap a lot of the time in Spa, don't they, because it's so long. They just bring them in at the other side of the pits.
Absolutely. Well, with just we've got 44 seconds left to go of season 1 of the TMKup, round 4 at Snetterton, and I hope you've all enjoyed the co-host commentary with the legend HughHatrick, and again we'll just run by the series at the end of the race, but for now, with 20 seconds left to go in the 994 about to cross the start finish, has he got 2 laps?
Right, man, the leader is on the final lap.
So there we go. So this
leader
is
on the final
last lap. Yes, indeed. Now gapped Kazi to 6.18. The number 55 is 5.555 behind the 44 Patrick in P4, but it looks as though Holman yet again proving his credibility, taking a third P1 of the TMKup series here at Snetterton, and he may have even took a P1 at Spa last week if he didn't have the very brutal incident at Eau Rouge, all caught on camera. But nevertheless, it appears that Holman is in P1, Kazumitsu P2, and Magic Mike's going to take a P3, and the 44 Patrick in P4, and the 55 in P5. Very interesting numbers in the 46 and 6, and 7 in 7. Unbelievable.
I was going to say you could be a math teacher with that kind of explanation. That would be the.
if that's not divine numbers for you, I don't know what to say. But nevertheless. Holman now entering Nelson. I'm not going to miss that corner.
And round the right-hander.
Yeah. Into Corem. And up to Murray's the penultimate corner of the Season 1 Round 4 of the Macabre Cup. Snetterton Holman in the 994 Audi has taken home a third
Leader has finished the race.
P1. Congratulations, good sir. You are most certainly the beast from the east. And followed in quick succession, running a solid race, is the 666 Vantage of Kazimitsu. Well done, sir. You've run an incredible race. And Magic Mike, a brilliant driver, a well-deserved P3 podium here. And we've got Next Gen's Lager next to cross the line, so we'll have to have a little chat about all that. But nevertheless, that would be a fourth. But we'll have to have a little chat and see what's what. As the number 44 in fourth position crosses the line from Ireland, and the number 55 in P5, Neil Seal from Australia. So we've got people from all over the globe crossing this start-finish line at Snetterton, and Cubs yet to cross that start-finish. But nevertheless, that brings us to a close of Season 1, Round 4 at Snetterton. And my God, if you watching that have enjoyed this as much as I have been watching events unfold, and very much enjoyed my time here with Hugh, it's been an absolute pleasure.
Absolutely, likewise, it's been fantastic, and we'll have to make sure we do it again. But yeah, we've seen a great race, some great performances, and really a lot of clean driving and amazing pressure put on drivers, but they've managed to withstand it, and we've had some fantastic moves as well. But a great credit to the drivers involved today. Well done to all of you, and what a fantastic series this is turning out to be.
Bless you, Hugh. Oh, we've got Magic Mike. Sorry, this is a little bit of a thing. Everyone sort of goes a little bit nuts at the end, so we might be treated to a few donuts now, which we most certainly are from P1, 2 and 3. Oh dear me. Again, it's all for the giggles. But again, congratulations to Holman. You ran an absolutely solid race. And Hugh, again, I appreciate you being here. I am very
fantastic.
Thankful that you have enjoyed it. I'm thankful that you say such kind words about this series. Again, you know, we do everything seriously, but fun is most certainly at priority here. And
yeah,
by the look of these drifts, it looks like we've most certainly had some fun.
Fantastic. Well, look, I'll make sure I join you again very soon, and we'll see you on our touring car series as well over the next few weeks and months. But it's been a pleasure to be here commentating, and well done to everybody who's been taking part. I hope you enjoyed it and had lots of fun. I will say bye from me.
Yes.
And thank you very much to Matthew. It's been an absolute pleasure.
It's an absolute pleasure, Hugh. Thank you so much. And just before you go, it's next Saturday, 8 PM UK time. Is that when we begin streaming for your HD?
Yes, it is. It is, yeah.
Perfect. There you go. Well, thank you for joining me, Hugh, and have a great night.
You too. Thank you very much. Bye just now.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Okie dokie, so that brings Season 1, Round 4 to a close, and here you are most certainly being treated to what everyone wants to see at the end of a race. And big thanks to the number 22 GT4 Audi in the aptly British GT liveried orange GT4 car there, and yeah, that brings us to a close of round 4, meaning we have round 5 and round 6 left to complete. So we've only got 2 more races next week and next week after that. Big thank you to everyone that's been involved. It's been a lot of work, if I'm honest, doing all of this, getting it all right, safety car, getting it down, but everyone that's been involved, everyone that's helping me, you know who you are, and I appreciate it very much. This is very much grown on that kind of basis, and I'm getting seasick. And we we do need to... Where is he? A little bit of love to number 7 in the Porsche, Kent, making his way from America, always streaming on Twitch, so always give that guy some love, give him a sub. It's been a pleasure having him on, learning the very cruel craft of motorsport. Beautiful. Oh, that was 10 out of 10. I mean, you couldn't have even asked for a better send. Joining us from America, joining us with some very talented guys as the TMKup Season 1 Round 4 turns into Wreckfest. And it appears that these two boys are having a chat in the camp, saying yeah, you were alright dude, but you know, I'll be honest, like, me and my Aston Martin, it's better than your Audi, and I think, you know, ultimately I'm the better driver. No. Okay, it's reverse. It's going. But no, it's an absolute, that the final countdown was incredible. I most certainly enjoyed he's coming to join the party. Oh dear me. All I can hear is 3,000 horsepower unleashing its fury. But as I was saying, it was an absolute pleasure to watch the events unfold between the 666 Aston Martin and the 994 beautifully kept conditioned Audi of Holman, taking a third P1 out of 4 races. Can he make another P1 next week? We'll have to find out. But that's going to bring me to a close. I hope you've all enjoyed it. And yeah, we will see you. So we've got TMKup Season 1 Round 5, either at Brands Hatch or Alton Park. Next Sunday, stream will start maybe 7 o'clock, 6 o'clock. Commentary starts 8 PM. We'll see whether we're blessed with HughHatrick's commentary. I hope that everyone has enjoyed that, that's watched that back. But yes, and I will also be commentating for HughHatrick's Discord League on Saturday 8 PM GT Sports. So that's me, I'm the Macabre King. It's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you to everyone that's been involved. Make sure you smash that like button for me, I do appreciate that, and we'll see you next time. Ciao ciao.